Yo, what's up guys? It's your boy LOZA. I've been getting requests from everyone to look at MST's Dark Magician decks. I know he's been uploading a bunch, so I'm finally getting around to it. I thought, what better than to do his one from literally today or like 10 hours ago. I've already read the comments and seen people suggested Artemis, people suggested I Am Dark, people suggested watching me. So thanks very much to everyone who went and made those suggestions to him. Let's get into the video. I'm expecting to see some whack shit. I know he has 3 Dark Magicians, so that's a great start.
2 ways to play competitive Dark Magician, and that's what we're going to be focusing on today. And I'm going to show you guys the profile.
Well, he's not wrong.
Various angles you can spit a Dragoon onto the...
He's not wrong, like, Dragoon Turbo is the best way. I wonder if he's got the Magicalized Fusion play, though. I wonder if he knows about the double Dragoon that you can do sometimes. Let's find out.
Best of luck on your polls, and I'm going to put them away in top loaders very
They're
soon
really
once
nice.
I'm done. I might even...
He's real lucky to have 3 of them. I'd love to just have 2, because 2 is what we should be playing. You can play 3. You're just going to brick more. There's no reason to do it. People are like, oh, I'll have better grind game because I have 3. Who cares? Bro, it's 2022. Games are over in 4 turns. Like, what grind game do you possibly need? Yes, Eldritch is going to be an important deck in the meta. Are you going to need 3 Dark Magician to beat them? No. Take a note out of Triff Gaming's book. So we're going to start off. 2 Dark Magician. If you play 3 Dark Magician, please tell me. Comment down below if you play 3 Dark Magician so I can block your YouTube channel. Never talk to you. I'll see your ugly face again. Don't play 3 Dark Magician. It is absolutely awful. But anyway, back to MST's vid.
The whole deck revolves around it. It's your key fusion material, your Dark Magical Circle proc, your Eternal Soul Revival card, and everything just kind of revolves around it. That's a Dark Magician deck after all. We have 1 Red Eyes.
That logic just... it doesn't make sense. You could apply the same thing to Eldritch as Triff just said. It's like, if you play 3, just fucking get off my channel, bro. Get the No, honestly. You can play 3. I don't care. I'm just saying 2 is optimal. 2 is optimal, right? I don't know how much I gotta stretch that. Especially while we have to play Red Eyes. And yes, we do have to play Red Eyes. Also, one other thing. I know this guy's not playing 3 ref because he wants to play Dark Magician combo stuff. Like, bruh. Like, what are you even talking about? Imperm and Vela are everywhere right now, like, bruh, play ref. Everyone's playing the Brave engine. You'll play ref and get rid of that Brave negate, or adventure token, whatever it's called in English. You get rid of that negate, play down your second ref, or then you play out your combo, okay?
Black Dragon, it's the brick of the deck, but it's not too bad because you
oh,
can
it's the brick of the deck.
The top of the deck.
Not all the other
Put it back
bricks.
to the top of the deck thanks to Illusion Chaos. So yeah, we play Red Eyes Fusion. Next we have Timaeus, triple Timaeus. This is poly.
What the fuck? Red Eyes is the brick of the deck, by the way. Plays triple DM, triple Timaeus. Yeah, just Red Eyes, guys. Nothing else is the problem here, right?
On legs, and it's also very, very big with a 2800 attack stat. So
why does everyone bring this up? Everyone defends this card by saying, guys, it's got 2800 attack. Wow. So, like, what? If it gets negated, you pass on a 2800 attack monster. What? That doesn't mean anything in the current format. Like, every card can beat over this. Access code is in nearly every deck. Like, you're acting like attack value matters. Guys, it's not Season 1 of Yu-Gi-Oh! Guys, it's not the first format of Summon Skull Beatdown. Like, you think they won't have removal for this? Like, what are you talking about? People are like, I'd rather pass on Timaeus than Anaconda. Like, well, yeah, sure. Standard maths will tell you that 28's higher than 500, but either way, it's a bad fucking thing to pass on. Like, stop trying to justify it by an attack fucking stat, okay? Anyway.
This card is super easy to summon. All you have to do is send a spellcaster monster from your field or hand to the graveyard, or you can send a spell or trap card that lists Dark Magician. With the amount of synergy you have with the Magician Rod, the Magician Soul, every single spell card more or less naming Dark Magician, this is a very easy summon. And it alone threatens Dragoon. If you have it on the field and you're holding a Dark Magician, you probably want to activate this card just to fuse it, a Dragoon onto the field, making the rest of your play really safe. It's like...
So in his example, he mentions holding a Dark Magician. So you have to send something to summon this, and then you need to have Dark Magician, and then you can send this and Dark Magician away to make Dragoon. Now, to me, that sounds like a 3-card combo. To me, that doesn't sound ideal. As far as I recall, Anaconda is a 2-card combo, Red Eyes Fusion is a 1-card combo, by the way. But the point is, why the f would you want to use a 3-card? I know Secrets is in the same boat. At least Secrets cannot be hit by Imperm or Vela or Gamma, for f***'s sake. At least Secrets is quick play. But people say, oh, this has a 2800 attack body attached to it. Who cares, bro? Who actually gives a shit?
Having a Herald of Ultimate is next to the first play you do, and you can really just go off and just control the game. And since Dragoon is a
control the game while you're missing 3 cards. Nice,
leaving
bro.
it on board is never an option for your opponent, and you haven't even.
Not to mention Dragoon needs a fucking discard, so that's 4 cards essentially gone to summon 1 Dragoon. Like, what are you doing?
Even lock yourself out of summoning. That's why it's really, really good. But don't use it for Guardian Chimera. You will not proc any of the effects because it is not a spell.
What?
Next we have.
Why would he even mention
to
that
talk
card?
About Magician's Soul and Magician's Rod. I have to say that this deck, in terms of how you want to start your hand, you want to sculpt it as much as possible to getting the Rod Souls and Timaeus or the Apprentice Illusion. You need 1 copy of Dark Magician in your hand, ideally at some point, so that Timaeus can be like a surprise threat. That's kind of what I'm standing with that. But luckily, Magician's Soul, Rod, and Timaeus, they're all. So
because he's running Timaeus, he wants Dark Magician in his hand. Well, you may as well go play 3 Summoner's Art, bro. Like, what the fuck? This just seems bad. We're like, we're 2 minutes in, and Triff Gaming's video about Eldritch makes more sense for Dark Magician than this fucking video.
Searchable thanks to the new card, but we'll get to that. This is your draw power, and thanks to Magician's Rod and the new field spell Magician Salvation, you'll at least have 1 thing to send to get the additional draw. I also play Metalfoes Fusion for the draw, so that now we're drawing 2.
Oh, disgusting. He's playing Metalfoes Fusion. Oh, this man complained Red Eyes is a brick. Bro, half your fucking deck's a brick. Maybe you should check out the rest of that.
To me, a little bit more ideal. And you have discard fodder for the Dragoon for the Metalfoes Fusion. I think it's just self-explanatory there.
Wow, that's
and
broken,
Souls
bro.
and Rod are the combination that typically go into Predaplant Verte Anaconda. Now, this is your Omni Search for any Magician, Dark Magician spell or trap card, and load for the one that you don't have. If you already have Circle, you probably want
Omni Search. He used the word Omni Search. Bro, this card, it searches a Dark Magician spell trap. It ain't no Omni Search. It's just searching a Dark Magician spell trap. And the only good ones are Soul Servant. Maybe Eternal Soul if you need it, and maybe Circle if you need it, but it's normally always Soul Servant. Let's move on.
You have Salvation or anything like that, or you set up your top deck already.
Salvation
so that you have
too,
one draw for free thanks to Soul Servant. Get the Soul Servant. Soul Servant set up and then load up the grave. That's
oh god, I bet he's playing like 3 Salvation.
This is really important, more essential than before because you want to load your hand back. One of the biggest struggles with Dark Magician is that your hand size starts to dwindle, and retraining that hand is going to require you to put in a little bit of effort. Luckily, Magician's Rod is that monster to help.
He just admitted in Dark Magician your hand size is going to dwindle. Dwindle? Either way, you are admitting that you have just built the deck wrong, in my opinion. Like, if your hand size is going down that low, hey, maybe you should stop playing Timaeus at 3. Maybe you should stop playing cards that require multiple cards to function. Maybe you should stop playing them at 3. Like, just a suggestion.
If you play the Magician's Circle plus the Eternal Soul, you get that combination to do the banish, and you know your opponent's going to pop your Eternal Soul. Don't be afraid to activate Magician's Rod to tribute that Dark Magician, and the Dragoon is not going to get popped. Dragoon is immune to destruction, so you let him pop your Predaplant Verte, you leave the Dragoon, and you got the Magician's Rod back, and you have an additional negate if you have 2 Dragoons. That's why, and this also gives you the follow-up the next turn.
Okay, that was actually a good piece of advice. If your Eternal Soul is getting wiped, it's normally just worth it. Summon our Dark Magician, flip it, summon our Dark Magician, tribute off the Dark Magician for Rod. It's normally worth it. That is the most valid thing he said all deck profile.
And you still top deck whatever card you want. This whole game with Dark Magician is that you have Heart of the cards every turn. Finally, we are going into the girls. We have our Apprentice Illusion and Dark Magician Girl. If you open both of them, that's probably the perfect hand because you get to get your Soul Servant to draw 2 cards. Essentially,
no, it isn't.
It's
what? The perfect hand if you want Apprentice and DMG to be relevant. Oh, I know what he's saying because he gets Dark Magician in the hand and he wants that in his build. Guys, you want Dark Magician in the graveyard. Konami have pretty much told us by giving us Salvation, Eternal Soul, and giving us Magician Souls, they're like, guys, put DM in the grave. We don't care about Navi anymore. We don't care about DM in the hand anymore. It's all about DM in the grave. Get him there quick. Soul Servant, get draws. DM in hand doesn't get you draws with Soul Servant. DM in grave, field, draws with Soul Servant. Konami has officially basically said, do not put DM in your hand anymore. We don't care about that. The deck is not supporting that. We're supporting DM in grave. We're supporting all the bricks in the grave. What cards put the bricks in the grave? Magician Souls, Red Eyes Fusion, Anaconda. Well, maybe we should max out on those cards since they, put the bricks in the grave. Anyway, if you are playing Apprentice and you want to play DMG, which is normally fine, what you want to do is maybe play Naruto, which can do rank up stuff into Ebon, into Zeus, if you wanted. But yeah, I don't know.
We also have Triple Illusion Chaos. This is your Omni Search. This searches for any monster that's not a ritual, but we...
I don't know why he keeps saying Omni Search. This searches any monster. Oh, does he just mean any, like, Omni as in any monster and Rod as in any spell trap? But, like, Omni to me means, like, when I say Dragoon's an Omni negate, that means it can negate everything. So if I said it's an Omni Search, it would mean it can search any card in my deck that lists DM. This only searches monsters. Rod only searches spells. It's as simple as that. This searches monsters. Rod searches spells. Anyway, he's playing 3. I think 3 is fine. I'm probably going to play 2 later. I'm trying it at 3 for now. So I'm not going to critique him on this card because this card's new and it's amazing. And Sure, play to 3 till we know better.
That lists Dark Magician in its name. So yeah, but at the cost of, well, not really the cost, at the effect of top decking one of the cards in your hand. So you can pick some of the bricks that you don't want to see and put it back, or any of the dupes that you have, you can put it back. And you can choose when you want to shuffle your deck by activating cards that would restack the deck. So that's the lineup for monsters.
I just wanted to pause for a second there and say, a lot of people mention like Illusion of Chaos is great because you can top deck the bricks in your hand. And kind of, you know, if you draw red eyes, cool, you can put red eyes back in the deck. Yes, I agree. But ideally, you want to be putting stuff on top of your deck that Circle can add, and you want to have a way to circle. The reason being is you can then basically not go negative from Illusion of Chaos. Illusion of Chaos, for example, could add you Magician's Rod to the hand. And then you look at your hand, you've got a Soul Servant in there, and you've got a way to circle now with Rod. So you can go, oh, cool. Well, obviously, Rod searching would disrupt the mana of the deck, and it'd no longer be on top. But let's just say you had Circle in hand, and you searched Rod with Illusion of Chaos. Cool. You got a Soul Servant in your hand, great. Put that on top of your deck now. Circle's always going to add it. So that way, like, you always have to play Circle anyway, because you want to get that disruption out for the opponent's turn. So this way, you're, like, plussing. You're literally plussing. Like, you're getting that card back, which is really nice. Obviously, if you had Soul Servant and Circle, that's kind of even better, because you can Circle and then chain Soul Servant. But, you know, just for the example, I just threw those out there. But yeah, anyway, you want to put stuff on top of your deck that Circle can add most of the time, and that is how you want to get value off Illusion of Chaos and Circle. I still don't think Circle should be at any more than 1, just saying that. You could play 2, actually 2. 2 is fine. 2 Eternal Soul and 2 Circle I think is fine. I just prefer to have room for other stuff. But look, it's up to you guys. Circle and Eternal Soul are just definitely not 3s anymore. Please don't play 3. They are not needed at 3. It is a waste of deck space and just more bricks. Like, honestly, more bricks in this deck, which is already bricky. Remember, you have Rod, you have Soul Servant, you have Illusion of Chaos. You have so many ways to get to either Circle or Eternal Soul, or cards that search them, especially with Salvation now too. You do not need to play too many copies. If they get destroyed, you can recycle them with Soul Servant, as long as they're not banished, and that's really cool. I hope one day we can recycle from banished, but not just yet. But honestly, the recyclability of Soul Servant's that good that I warrant them at 1 copy each, and if you do lose them from getting banished, cool, find another win con real quick. Normally win con's Dragoon anyway, and Circle Eternal Soul's a backup. But anyway, let's keep watching. He's onto the spells now, by the way.
The Omni Search for over preparation of rights. All it does is search Illusion of Chaos, and it
Alright, this pisses me off a little bit, because prep is once per turn. Sorry, prep is not once per turn, and Illusion of Chaos is. So in my head, it just makes so much more sense to play 2 Illusion of Chaos and 3 prep. It's just a little thing. It's not the biggest deal, but think about it, guys. The deck has Magician's Souls, which can send spells to draw. So if you brick on preps, like, I don't know why people are worried about bricking on prep when it's not once per turn. If you brick on prep, well, guess what? 1 prep gets you Illusion of Chaos. Illusion of Chaos gets you Magician's Souls. Magician's Souls comes out, sends your other 2 preps, draws 2. Like, how does that not come up in people's heads? Hopefully it does now, if you never thought of that before. So if you are looking to play less ratios of Illusion of Chaos or prep, please cut Illusion of Chaos. 1, it's the more expensive card. It's like $50 in Australia right now. So if you can cut one of them for prep, which is like $1, I think you should do that, right? Not to mention, prep can also search you Soravis if you want to play that, the Ritual Dragon. I'll have it pop up on the screen now. Soravis is basically another copy of Called by the Grave or Sky Striker Eagle Booster to protect your Anaconda and make sure it resolves. It protects it from Imperm and Vela, I believe, but not Gamma, unfortunately. But it's still very good. It also means that your prep, like, if you open prep and Illusion of Chaos, like, your hand isn't, like, the prep's not dead. You can just use the prep to get Soravis, and Illusion of Chaos will naturally get you a piece to make Anaconda. Hopefully you have the other one, and there you go. You should be good to go. So yeah, just my little nitpick about prep versus Illusion of Chaos and what you should cut. Some people are playing 2 and 2, some people are playing 3 and 2, and, like, in my head, it's just, like, play 3 and 3. And if you really are like, oh, I'm bricking on it too much, like, guys, come on, we've bricked on so many cards, but one of the best cards we have is the one you're complaining about. I don't get that. But anyway, all my pet peeves aside, please play 2 Illusion of Chaos and 3 prep if you are trying to cut down on this card, okay? And maybe try a Soravis. I really like it. Anyway, let's move on.
Illusion of Chaos can search for all your monsters, essentially turning prep rights into your Rhoda. Next, we have Dark Magical Circle. Check the top 3 cards of your deck. Look for a Dark Magician.
Why? You complain that your deck bricks, and you play this at 3. No wonder it bricks. This card needs a rework. We need Circle 2, or we need a link that sets this from deck, because this card is just not that great anymore, guys. The problem with Circle is it needs to go plus every time, or it needs to go even every time. It should be adding a card every time. But Dark Magician doesn't have enough spell traps or Dark Magicians in the deck where Circle always should add a card. Like, it just doesn't resolve and add. 90% of the time, I want to say. Unless you have Soul Servant. When you have Soul Servant, cool, you can manipulate that draw, but then you're using 2 cards to confirm 1 card. It seems a little bit redundant, a little bit silly. You're still going negative in card advantage by that point. Unless your Soul Servant is going to draw you a card or 2, then of course that's just you catching up though. That's not even you going plus. So that's kind of the issue I have with this card and with Soul Servant paired with it. Like, a lot of people are just like, oh, you're using Circle wrong. You're meant to play more Dark Magician spell trap. No, all the Dark Magician spell traps are fucking terrible, guys. They're absolutely dog shit, except for the few that we already love and know. So Soul Servant, your Salvation, your Eternal Soul, your Circle. They're the ones you want to play. You can play a Secrets. You can play a couple of little random texts here and there, like the Bonds package with Dark Burning Magic, but you really don't want to be playing too many because they're just not good. I'm sorry, Thousand Knives, Dark Magic Curtain, they're dog shit. If you want to play them, f*** off, go to another channel. I'm not going to tell you to play them, alright? They're that bad. We are trying to play modern day Dark Magician, not Dark Magician from 2006. So if you want to play that, by all means do it. I'm not going to advocate it on this channel. Anyhow, Circle is bad. It needs to be reworked. It's not going to be. So we need a card that sets it to the field for us, just like Salvation sets Eternal Soul. That would be nice. Can we activate it the turn it's set as well? That would be fucking great. Anyhow, let's move on.
Or a Dark Magician spell or trap card and add it to your hand. You reveal that one. You don't show the other 3 cards to your opponent, and you can restack the deck based off of what you saw in the other 2. And if you play Upstart Goblin at that point, that's when you draw the card that you want, because you can...
Alright, good. He's playing Upstart. Okay, that's very good. He knows to play Upstart. Amazing. That does make this card better. What else makes this card better is Illusion of Chaos. Illusion of Chaos, stacking a card from hand on deck, means Circle sometimes will have an easy card to grab, which is actually very, very nice. I still don't think you should play this at 3, okay? Play 2. Play 2 at the max. You will not need the 3rd. Anyway.
Fix a card that you can't typically draw, thanks to Upstart Goblin. Therefore, heart of the cards, baby. That's all I can say. And don't forget to summon out Dark Magicians with these while they're on the field. They're your Omni Banish from anything on the field. Target, banish, it's good to go. And next we have Forbidden Chalice. You only need to break the board to some degree. Let's just face it. Once Dragoon comes out onto...
Hey! He's stealing my text now. I love Chalice. I love, like, Droplet Imperm Chalice, because going second with Ref... Oh, he's not even playing Ref at 3, so this is stupid in my opinion. Ref plus, like, Chalice, like, beats the Sword Soul board and wins you the game, essentially. Well, it used to. The new Sword Soul board's a little different because they do Hulk stuff. But anyway, the point is, this shit is good, okay? He's actually giving a very good suggestion here. Chalice is great because it's basically Imperm, but only on your turn, but you can use it whenever. So, really niche card, really cool, I dig it. So yeah, this is a great suggestion.
The field, the board is dead. You're gonna...
But once again, it's better with Ref at 3, so weird, but anyway.
Pop cards, and you're just going to go for game. They're gonna take a lot of damage, so you only need to break certain parts that would threaten your ability to summon. Luckily, every turn offers you 3 times to summon out that Red Eyes Dark Dragoon, so if they only have 2, you can negate 1, you can put 2, and they kind of die. And you just need some sort of simplified negation. This is a flex spot. Use it to adapt to whatever meta it is. Here's your Heart of the Cards, Pot of Greed. Fix the top card. Don't forget to set this card during your opponent's turn, because if you set it, you can activate it during their turn, fix the top deck so that you will have, well, Destiny draw. You're going to draw whatever card that you need that lists Dark Magician, and once it hits the graveyard, again, you get to draw another card, so as long as you load it with a Dark Magician and Dark Magician, these become Pot of Greeds, and you can also put them into the graveyard.
Alright, well, at least he pretty much nailed that card. It's a good card. He didn't mention Upstart's good with it, but he did mention Circle. But yeah, Upstart great with that, and Magician's Soul's great with that.
Foolish Burial Goods. And speaking of Foolish Burial Goods, there's another actual...
Okay, this can validate him playing the Metal Foes Fusion. Playing the Foolish Burial Goods, yes, it can validate it. I still just don't think we have enough spell traps in the deck to make this valid. And yes, I know people might say, oh, Navigation's got a great graveyard effect. It does. But Navigation's trash nowadays. You want to play Navi, go play Duel Links, alright? Go play 2016 format on Duel Links, alright? Where Navigation and... Rod's literally limited on Duel Links or whatever. Semi-limited, whatever. Dark Magician broken on Duel Links, alright? Go play Navi there. The point is, Navi's not good in TCG anymore. It's not even good in Master Duel, I want to say. And that speaks a lot about the deck. Yes, a spell trap negate is insane, but you could just play Judgment so that if you draw the card, you know, it's not dead. You can always use it. Just play Judgment, bro. So anyway, Foolish Burial Goods can obviously send like Soul Servant and then get you draws, but it requires setup still. So like, this card's good, but like everything still needs setup, I feel. I don't know. I can't justify playing Foolish Burial Goods just yet. I think if Konami give us a couple more like spell traps that have good graveyard effects, sure, maybe we'll go for it then. But we're not like Cubics or something where like, you know, our card effects are like Rhoda, our graveyard effects are like Rhoda or like really strong negates and whatnot, so I can't give a shit, I'm sorry.
This one shuffles the deck, so if you have something that you don't want to draw, that you just put back, then you play Metal Foes Fusion. And this is really good with Magician's Soul, because it's kind of the good old days of drawing whatever card that you want. Like, you get to draw an extra card. So you send
pretty
this
valid.
and send this again.
It's pretty valid, I guess, now, because we have 9 ways to Magician's Soul. Well, he's not playing 3 prep. If you play 3 prep, 3 Illusion of Chaos, 3 Magician's Souls, yeah, you got 9 copies of that, which can validate playing random shit like this, especially with the Foolish Burial Goods. But yeah, I still just don't really like it. I like cards that go like, I like gas cards, and like this doesn't feel like gas to me. Like the Striker Engine is a 1-card Anaconda that doesn't use your normal summon. That feels like gas to me. That feels like something that's gonna bait negates. This feels like something that could get ashed and it's not that relevant, or just it goes through and you just draw a random card. Like, cool. Maybe I'll like it more. It would work with the Striker Engine being a spell and whatnot, trying to get engaged, you know, spells engraved for engage, but I don't know. I'm also thinking about playing Widow Anchor, but anyway, that's a combo for another day.
Draw again, and I don't think there's any complaints there. So yeah, it turns your send 2 to draw 2 to like a send 2 to essentially draw 3. And
yeah,
there's actually
okay.
one more card, which is Upstart Goblin. I want to explain this one separately, because you should fix the top deck of your card so you can draw whatever you want. So if you go Magician's Circle, you get the card that you can get, but put the card that you want on top, and then you upstart it back into your hand that you can't actually have. Like, if it doesn't list the name of Dark Magician, or it's a monster card, you can add it. This is the way to actually do it. So it turns Upstart into kind of an Omni Rhoda.
Yes.
The fusion spells, we have 5. We have Magical Eyes Fusion, which is even better now, because you can
Wait,
quite easily go into
Why you got
a
2?
Dragoon, and thanks to Tamias. And then we have 2 Red Eyes Fusions, because you can open it and...
Okay, at least he's playing 2. Okay, 2 ref I can respect. It's it's people who play 1 ref that just shit me, because if you open that ref, then you can't even make the Anaconda play, and I just don't understand that logic. Like, Dark Paladin 19 pointed out to me very, very long time ago when the Dragoon Engine was new. He was the one person playing 2 ref when everyone else was playing 1, and I'm like, bro, like, why? And he just said, bro, if you open that ref, like, your Anaconda play is dead. And like, this is when we played Invoked Dragoon. And he was like, you want a normal Alistair, blah, 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 or get your extender out as well. And, you know, you can establish Anaconda and then go for Invo, make Mechaba, and then you want to use Anaconda, send Ref, get Dragoon, and Mechaba can protect Anaconda. And I was like, yeah, for sure. And he's like, well, if you open Ref, like, that line of play is gone. And I'm like, oh shit, you're right. And he's like, yeah, you just have to hard play Ref or normal Alistair, like, it's not good. And I was like, fuck. So what he said to me speaked volumes, and I played 3 Ref from that day onwards, and people at my locals were like, whoa, doesn't that seem too much? And I've always been like, no, like, it's just always been fine for me. Maybe you have like a terrible experience with it. You're like, I got Ash Blossomed in the finals. And it's like, well, yeah, that'll happen. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is I love Ref at 3, and I just think it's right. It summons just such a strong monster, and it's like Foolish Burial for Dark Magician as well, which you should know our deck wants very badly. Magical Eyes Fusion, I love this card. I only played it 1 because it is also a brick. Ref obviously works on its own. Magical Eyes not so much. Magical Eyes, you need to have Magician's Souls in hand. If you do, however, and we do have 9 ways to it now, if you do, you can make a Dragoon off just those 2 cards, which is really nice. You can make the Imdark with your Magician's Soul summon Dark Magician, make Imdark, and go into Magical Eyes Dragoon. If you have a normal summon, you can make the double Dragoon, which I'm wondering if he's going to show us. Let's find out.
That's fine too. And you can always like send the extra copy to the graveyard for Magician's Soul to redraw cards, or just pay cost for Dragoon.
Yep, he's right.
And we have 1 Secrets of Dark Magic. Magical Eyes Fusion works really well, especially when your Tamias is already set up, and you threaten Tamias, they negated it, you follow it with Magical Eyes Fusion, you get there anyway, you put up 2 more monsters, you make a Vertate, Magical Eyes Fusion. That's 2 Dragoons worth. That's gonna kill somebody at some point. And Secrets of Dark Magic is a card I would prefer to set personally, because you're using this card. You can make a Dragoon, but I think this card is more useful in a case where you play blindly to make Dragoon on your own turn, or you set it during opponent's turn to make Guardian Chimera to pop their cards, and you'll be able to draw cards again. Make sure you have, if you want to pop 2 cards, you put 2 monsters on the field. And
I've heard people talk about playing Guardian Chimera in this deck before, and I just, Secrets already has to use so many resources to get to a freaking fusion. I don't think I want to play Guardian Chimera or Secrets. I don't want to play Secrets especially to summon that, but anyway, I'll see what he has to say about it. Might change my mind.
1 card in your hand. If you want to draw 2 cards and pop 1, you put 2 cards in your hand and 1 card on the field, and you'll be able to get the appropriate amount. But do know, if you use Guardian Chimera, you have to have both the popping effect and the drawing effect live at the time you activate it. Otherwise, you can't activate it, because it's not optional. Yeah, you have. If you can't do both, you can't use it, kind of deal. But if you already activate it and then remove something, then you do as much as possible. Just getting that out of the way. And finally, we have the field spell of Magician's Salvation. This card,
oh, cool. He's playing 1.
Summon a Dark Magician. You can target a Dark Magician Girl. If Dark Magician Girl gets summoned, you summon a Dark Magician. So that's great, but when you activate this card, you set an Eternal Soul. And let's just get Eternal Soul out of the way. We have 2 copies of Eternal Soul.
Sure. Why not?
So starting off with the lineup, we have triple...
2 is okay, as I said earlier. 3 is the problem. 1 is good, 2 is good, 3, no. I don't think I've ever had a way to summon the third. Like, I've definitely summoned second ones in games and whatnot. I don't think the third has ever come up for me, but I respect it. I can respect the triple. Yep.
Turbo that revolves around this whole deck. Next, we have our Dark Magicians, Master Chaos, and Mysterion the Crown Dragon. These are just techs that you can use, just in case you just open all Magicians, you want to load the grave with Dark Magician.
As he said, like, these are techs you can use. These barely come up, which is like, it makes you wonder whether you should even waste an extra deck spot on them. Like, don't get me wrong, Master Chaos is cool. He's just so weird to summon. Dark Magicians is cool, it's also just kind of not that worth it. And Mysterion is just kind of a wank card. It's so bad. I don't know. These are all so situational, and Dragoon's better 90% of the time. Just putting that out there. Dragoon's normally easier to summon than all of these, and better. So take that as you will.
Dark Magician Girl, there's the Dark Magician. Although you can fuse it with another spellcaster. I don't know how often I'm going to do it anymore now that I can just easily spit out Dragoon. But yeah, it's an option. We have also Master of Chaos. Whatever that Dragoon can't answer, this is what it's for. You need a light monster to revive to do it, or you need a light monster on the field. So if you fuse it with the Timaeus.
Yeah, he's like, you need a light monster. Like, obviously the new Timaeus is light. But you know what else is light and really easy to make? Artemis, the Link 1. You can make it with Rod of Souls. So that's funny, because people in the comments suggested that, and I think he only caught on to it for the value of Rod, but it's also can be good with Master Chaos. Not that relevant, but hey, it's a thing.
Make sure that you leave Timaeus on board so you can send Timaeus to the graveyard with the dark monster that it's going to summon out to wipe their board. So this is what it does. And if it gets destroyed, you can add a spell back to your hand. So it gives you a follow-up too. And Mysterion is a floodgate. Well, it kind of gates away Sword Soul. Anything that summons itself or summons out something with the same
Oh, that's a pretty good
it,
point. That's a decent point that it can be good against Sword Soul. I feel like they'll just play around it pretty easily though, but sure.
Banish all of that type on the field, and you can use it as a mass board wipe. Really, really good. Then we find the last fusion with Guardian Chimera, only for book of another book. Keep calling it book, but it's Secrets of the Dark Magic for the fusion spell. That's the only quick play fusion spell I can think of that can fuse.
I'm gonna just look at this card real quick. So 3 monsters with different names. Must be fusion summon using only fusion materials from your hand and field. Yikes. With at least 1 monster from each. Wait, what? That's weird. That's annoying. 1 from each. At least 1 from each. That's stupid. If this card is fusion summoned by a spell card or effect, okay, so it will be. You can draw cards equal to the number used for material from hand. If you do, destroy cards your opponent controls equal to the number of cards used as the material. So I think he was saying if you don't destroy, you don't draw or something? Or is it you draw? I can't remember. And then it has another effect. While Poly's in your graveyard, your opponent can't target this. Well, that's shit. We're not going to use Poly. Who's going to use Poly to summon this? God, no. I don't know. This is such a weird card. You'd probably... I guess you could run it as a tech. I should probably give it a try, but that means I got to play Secrets. I don't know. I'll test it at some point. It definitely seems interesting.
That gives me an opponent's turn disruption. That's why it matters. Other decks invoked, I think it's really scary when they activate on their own turn with Meltdown, because massive pops, uninterruptible. But yeah, that's why this card is really good. And you should just consider running 1 copy. Don't use Timaeus. Timaeus will not proc it. It's not a spell. As for Link monsters, we play 2 copies of Predaplan for Anaconda. If you expect your opponent to pop your Anaconda, then you should go into a Anaconda first and save the second
2 is good.
just in case. And if they do the pop effect first, then when you make the second one, they're probably not going to have any way to respond to it. And that's how it is. Usually you want to let it activate and negate it, and then...
I don't know why, but my YouTube's lagging. But anyway, while YouTube fixes itself, yeah, 2 Anaconda is great, as he said. Sometimes people pop it with like Dogmatic and Punishment on someone and whatnot. Sometimes people just imperm it straight away, which is absolutely incorrect. And in that case, yeah, if you can extend and go into another one, great, you're fine. I think you should always play that option. Also for late games, making a second play, always good. Dark the Dark Charmer, I love to see it. Let's see what he says about it. Oh, it's called Dark the Dark Charmer Gloomy. So they did change the name.
For a little bit of follow-up tech, we have 1 Dark, the Gloomy Charmer, and we also have Unicorn. If they play any Dark monster, you can go into Dark, steal the monster.
I see the problem here. I bet he's playing this Unicorn instead of Artemis, I'm Dark, Link Spider, etc. Let's find out.
Whoop, we got Nightmare Unicorn, just wipe. It's pretty good. I do like it. I kind of want to play another Link monster just in case I can go into Access Code. If I can steal a Link 2 from my opponent.
So wait, he's not playing Access? Bro, Celine. What are you talking about? Spellcaster deck. Celine. Oh my god.
Graveyard, which most people, I don't know if they actually have a Dark Link 2, maybe an IP Masquerade. If you steal one of those, oh my god, that access code is so free. Yeah, that's an option. Maybe I can play an access code in here. I think there is space for it, to be honest. And as our final 2 links, we have 1 link spot, you have to go link.
He's like, oh, I guess I could make room for access code. He's playing 3 Dark Magician fusions that don't do shit and Guardian Chimera or whatever. I'm sure those come up a lot, buddy. Yep.
Spider. You have to turn your Dark Magician into Link Spider at some point in this, all the games that you're going to play, because you want to revive it, and maybe you want to turn that Dark Magician into a Verti Anaconda. You can't do it with a normal monster. So,
This is true.
Link Spider. I play one
This
Link
is
3. This could honestly just be an access code target, to be honest. It's really easy to get in there and get into Link 2, which a lot of people do.
I only think this card's necessary if you play the Strike Ranger, and even then I don't play. I just play Link Spider instead. Like, you don't need to play... How are you playing this instead of Selene access code, like, Artemis? Bruh, this is a bruh moment. Where Artemis? Get good.
And then finally, we play Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon and one Azu Sky Thunder. The
All
reason
right,
for this
sure.
package is if you're going to be burning your opponent with the Dragoon stuff, locking them out from activating any further effects is probably one way to secure game. And Zeus
Yeah, that's
is
fine.
You can cut the Zeus instead. I just like Zeus, and if I have a way to get to Zeus, I would try Zeus.
Wait, he didn't... He isn't playing Imdok. He isn't playing Imdok, and he just mentioned he wants to show us the double Dragoon turn. Like, I mean, if he's playing Imdok, it's very, very straightforward. It also makes it a lot easier to do, but he's just going to make it with Timaeus and then Magicalize in the hand, which is fair. But let's find out.
Double Dragoon. Dragoon 1 is going to be easy. You're always guaranteed almost like 2 summons, so we'll see where this one takes us. We got the Rod, is good. Black Magician in hand is not bad. This is actually a good hand. This is better than I thought.
It's actually pretty good.
Let's see if we can get ourselves our hands into Timaeus. Even if we can't, we'll try to push for something else. We've got Magician's Souls here. Souls is good. We'll go for activating of Souls first. We dump into the graveyard Dark Magician Girl. We have Dark Magician in hand already. That means the girl is the one to go to the grave now.
Yep, except if your
Foolish Barrel gets
Anaconda gets
draw,
negated.
but we can fix up our hand a little bit by going to Magician's Rod. Magician's Rod adding Soul Servant.
Yep.
We go for Soul Servant. We're going to fix our top deck. We can fix it so that Magician's Servant
Don't do it yet.
guaranteed to give us a card.
Don't do it yet. You have
so.
What are you doing?
The field spell. Salvation. Magician Salvation.
What are you doing?
All right, we put this to the top of the deck.
Are you joking? He's just gonna play Circle afterwards. It's
This
fine,
in the grave.
right?
And we play Magical Circle.
Yeah,
What do you know?
cool.
Guaranteed.
Whew. Whew. You definitely do Circle first. Why? Why do you do Circle first? Bruh, if people know you stacked your deck and then you're trying to draw one, they're gonna ash you. Like, would people ash Circle normally? Fuck no. Are people gonna ash Circle now? Hell yeah. So what you fucking do is you play your Circle. If they ash it, they ash it. They probably shouldn't. And then you chain your Soul Servant. You put pressure on the opponent that way too. They go, shit, does he have the Soul Servant? Is he gonna, should I ash this? Shit. Another reason why I like to try play Circle before I commit monsters to the board. In case they're silly enough to ash it. And then I can just play ref. Obviously here he had to search stuff, but with Rod, but you get what I'm saying.
Okay, well we get this. The other 2 cards. Oh, Timaeus. I want the Timaeus. We'll put Timaeus to the top.
Why?
Now we have a weird position to be in.
Why would he put Timaeus? Oh wait, he's got no, yeah, no, I'm right. Why? What are you gonna send? Are you gonna send Foolish Burial Goods with Magician Souls to draw it? I don't think that's the play, but I guess you could. I don't think you definitely don't Soul Servant and draw into it, because you're gonna get, if you get to Anaconda Dragoon, you're gonna get a draw 2 of Soul Servants. You don't want to waste that. Yeah, you want Timaeus. I guess the best play is Magician Souls sending the Foolish Burial Goods from hand to draw 1. Let's see what he does.
Okay, we're gonna activate Soul Servant to get the card ready.
No! Why? Are you that is a free draw 2 later. Why would you do this? Just Magician Souls away the Foolish Burial Goods. That's only a draw 1 anyway, and you're drawing... me.
So we don't get rid of our own Timaeus. So we've gotten Timaeus. We haven't used Magician Souls just yet, so we're gonna...
Yeah, you should have.
This lets us set up our Eternal Soul.
I guess you could argue you could send Magician Souls and get a draw
And
off the
next,
Salvation.
We can definitely get rid of this card and the Salvation to give us the 2-card draw. Now we can go Foolish Burial Goods first and, well, take a gamble, but I don't think I want to take that risk.
Doesn't really
if we
matter.
Foolish Burial Goods, and if you draw to another monster, Magician Soul doesn't give us the 2-card draw.
At
Although
this
1 card is
point,
okay, I think 2
doesn't
card
matter.
might be better.
Do them separately in case you get negated or ash. Like, what? Just do them separately. Don't do them together.
So Magician Soul will send these 2 spells to draw a card.
No.
2 cards.
Bad. Bad. You could have thinned the... This doesn't thin the deck either. You could have gone Foolish Burial Goods, send Full Metal First Fusion. Cool. That's now in the grave. You're not going to draw it. Great. Magician Soul's effect, sending Salvation to draw 1. Cool. We draw the 1. It would have been not prep. It would have been something else, but whatever. Then you could go Full Metal First Fusion, shuffle back into the deck, draw 1. That would have been a lot safer in my opinion. But sure, whatever. He got rewarded here anyway.
Oh, hello. That actually worked out. Okay, we got prep rights. We're going to activate
Yeah.
prep rights.
Worked out.
In other words, you got to learn to weave through.
Never punished.
And we really have Timaeus. We have everything, more or less. Okay, so we're going to activate Timaeus. We're going to send to the graveyard the Illusion.
No, what? Are you fucking high? What? You didn't use its effect. Excuse me? In what world do you not just go Illusion of Chaos effect, and search literally any monster in your deck. I know you got Rod, I know you got Souls, I know you got Tamias. Add your Apprentice. Add your Apprentice so you can protect your Dragoon from Access Code or M-Pen trying to beat it down. Grab Apprentice. It's the last thing you have. It's also an extender. Go and grab it. You could even just stack another copy of Dark Magician, or just grab another copy of Dark Magician at this point, honestly. You said yourself you want it in the hand. So why wouldn't you grab Dark Magician, and that way you're discarding Dark Magician with the Tamias, and then you still got one in hand. Like, that's just better, in my opinion. Oh, maybe he's going to make like a Magicalized play and use the Illusion of Chaos Engrave. I don't think you should ever put Illusion of Chaos Engrave though. That's the problem. You want to use it, keep it in your hand. Half the time when you use Illusion of Chaos, you don't even want to put it on top of your deck. You want to put something else on top if you can, because you want to use it again next turn. This card is Rhoda every turn if you can keep it in your hand. It's really good. I'm so confused. Anyway, let's keep going before I have a fucking stroke.
From the here, we are going to activate Tamias. We're going to fuse from the Dark Magician in our hand. That's going to give us a Red Eyes Dark Dragoon. So Goon 1 is live. We're going to get rid of these two. You can go into Predaplant Vertanaconda. With Vertanaconda, we can activate Vertanaconda, feeling very safe that we have a Dragoon here. And we're going to send Red Eyes Fusion, sending remaining Vanillas into the grave. And summon out a second Red Eyes Dark Dragoon. This is actually pretty good. I actually like this. Here's one thing I would recommend to do, is try to use the Eternal...
So yeah, he has managed to get to double Dragoon, flip up Eternal Soul, summon Dark Magician, circle banished, add Rod back to hand, and then he's got the double, 2 discards for both the Dragoons. That's actually really good. Considering all the fuckery he went through to get here, and obviously playing through no hand traps, feels a little bit undeserved in my opinion, but alas, maybe he's the correct deck builder here and I'm wrong. So let's keep watching.
Eternal Soul as early as possible. This is not going to pop any of your cards, but you're using the Eternal Soul in this case to special summon out Dark Magician, and when Dark Magician gets summoned out, it activates Dark Magical Circle, that banishes a card, and when Dark Magical Circle activates and resolves, you can activate the Magician's Rod, get rid of your own Dark Magician, tributing and adding this back to your hand, still giving you a 2 negate hand. So that's what we're aiming for.
That's good.
And that means this is a 3 disruption board thanks to Dark Magician. And if
that is good, like I'm not saying where he got was bad. Where he got was like perfect for Dark Magician. The problem was the way he got there. The way he got there was not ideal, to say the least. He definitely could have done his pathing and plays a little bit better. And hey, there was probably stuff I even missed, but the fact that I can see a lot of issues there, well, that says a lot. But yeah, anyway, let's look at the next test hand, I guess.
these, of course, when they live on the field, you win the game. That's all I got for this video, guys. If you guys enjoyed it.
Oh, that's the only test hand. Alright, well, MST TV, it was pretty bad. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I thought, a lot of people in my comment section have been telling me to come watch your stuff. They said, hey, he keeps putting out Dark Magician stuff. It's really bad. Go watch it. I'm like, alright, I will. Sorry, but it just wasn't that great. I'm gonna give him a solid 3 out of 10. No, that's mean. I'll give him a 6 out of 10. He had some of the right ideas, and Red Eyes Fusion was at least a 2. Just having no Artemis, having no Imdar, kind of bad. Really bad. Someone needs to tell this man that Magician Souls plus Magicalize is also another Dragoon, because he actually could have the potential to make 3 Dragoon in 1 turn with a deck looking like this, with that many Tamias. That would be interesting, actually. I might make it my new mission to summon 3 Dragoon turn 1. That'll be really fun. Just so you guys know, I got heaps of Master Duel content as well as Dark Magician TCG deck lists coming up. I'm going to be trying to win my locals, of course, with the new Dark Magician stuff. Who isn't? I'm super excited. Illusion of Chaos is just so great. It really hurt when he discarded it without using the effect in the test hand, but what can you do? Anyway, if you're interested in any of that stuff, please hit that subscribe button, and I will be making my best effort to make the best content for you. We just hit 2K subs, so big thanks to everyone who is subscribed. And until next time, please play Artemis.